everyone, welcome back. My name is Marie Major, and in this video I'm going to speak about the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, because there's just so much energy around this eclipse, and I kind of want to point out some things that I hope will help you, just guide you in areas that you need right now. I'm sorry I forgot to charge my mics. Oh, this eclipse, this week is not. Oh, the last 48 hours I feel like have been a heavy 48 hours for everybody. And I think it's just important to remind yourself to give yourself a bit of grace, some love, just some honesty too. Just relax, trust in this eclipse. That's what it's asking from us. It's not a forced action, it's a trust action. It's not something that keeps coming up when I tap into the eclipse, is that it is not about manifestation, it is about just letting go. It is a recharge, it is eclipsing out, it's a release. That is what this lunar eclipse is all about. Just how I said previously, if you go back to my solar eclipse videos, that was kind of planting the seeds, getting into the dirt, asking what it is you want to manifest. This lunar eclipse is like, okay, cutting it out, it's gone. I'm getting rid of certain things that aren't serving you for your highest good. So I apologize about the mic, I will charge it, but I wanted to be outside, and I'm very sorry because it's overcast in LA, and unfortunately we won't be seeing the eclipse, I don't think, and plus it's not for a few hours. I'm filming this kind of early evening, and I will upload this later, so most people are going to see this tomorrow. They're going to see it August 28th, because I believe today's August 27th. So yeah, you're going to see it tomorrow, but the reason why I wanted to film this video is for people to come back as a refresher, to kind of, go through what they've been going through, and then have a reminder. I'm trying to create a space where I'm holding your hand right now through this eclipse, because it is a tough one, people. But the more we tap into the energy of trust and knowing this is getting us ready, pre-paving the way for our highest good, for our highest timeline, I hope that will bring a little bit of ease and relaxation. But the more you tap into this trust, the more you will align to your highest timeline. But I know right now, like, I asked my guides for some messages, and they just said, gripping is not a thing right now. Do not grip on anything. Trust. This is you working and building that relationship with the universe, with your spirit guides, with the cosmos, with the stargates. This is what is meant to be happening. You need to build this relationship of trust, because remember how much we've been programmed. This eclipse goes back to something that was happening in 2024, and it's kind of closing see, excuse me, coughing. Okay, closing this chapter of something that is not really serving your highest potential. So this is where, I forgot to mention that I want you to go out and maybe either watch this video in nature, or do a ritual or exercise, a walk, maybe go hug a tree. If you have a garden, tend to your garden. Do something that is just going to help you connect with nature. I think that's really important right now. We really need to be tending to our relationship with nature, with Mother Gaia, and all that jazz. So yes, back to the eclipse. So this lunar eclipse is it's not an easy one. I'm feeling like when I tap into the energy, it's a heavy one. It is like we are being asked to declutter everything that's not working in our life, like really getting that energy like just away. It is really just kind of looking at things from a different point of view and seeing what does not serve you. So with eclipses, it's kind of like the universe takes over this energy and kind of forces things that you have been holding on to that aren't actually working for you anymore. So that being said, this means that the universe is coming in, eclipsing things out, taking away, and they are putting you on a new higher timeline. That's your higher timeline. But a lot of people get hung up. They don't trust the eclipse. They don't trust the cosmos working for their highest favor. They are seeing things from a narrow-minded perspective, from a narrow lens. This eclipse is asking you to broaden your picture, broaden your view. How can I do that? Okay, well, you can do that by tapping into an energy where you are maybe creating a new thought pattern, creating a new belief system, tapping into a new energy, really becoming so aware of how you're moving, what you are thinking, how you are going throughout your day. These are kind of the frequencies they want us to become aware of, to be able to tap into this energy with understanding, okay, things might not be working out for me right now, but the more I lean in this trust, the more I allow this energy, the more I sit and I allow this energy to be, okay, this is maybe something that feels very just impulsive right now. A relationship might be ending, a friendship might be ending. You might have, found out that you need to move somewhere else. Something's not working in your career. There's maybe like this thought pattern or attitude or this mindset that keeps coming up that is not working out for you. And you really have to kind of do some of that inner work, some of that shadow energy, because that's, with the lunar eclipse. So that is where it is really allowing yourself to be in a place, okay, I'm not going to have to figure it all out right now, but am I going to land in a place of trust? Am I going to allow these thought patterns, because I choose what I get to think about, and the energy I put out there reflects back. So what is this energy? What is this mood? What is this vibration? What is this attitude? What is this frequency that I'm putting out into the universe? What is mirroring back to me? Eclipses are also it's something that's mirroring back to you. It is something that is showing you, hey, you need to do some greater work, some healing work on this. Another thing is, I want people to really try to rest. Like, I was exhausted, and I felt like I traveled to different planets last night in my sleep. I was like, what happened to me? I was so out of it. And I just want to remind people to be easy on yourself right now. Be kind. Take warm baths, lavender, journal, maybe tap into a meditation, do something nice for yourself, move your body, get into nature. These are all things that will really help with the eclipse right now. And remember, I think I said this in the beginning of the video, that eclipses are different for individuals. Yes, we are creating collectively, but we're also creating on an individual level. So this eclipse might be super strong emotion and energy right now for somebody, but maybe in a week or two it might hit them, the energy, the emotions. This is why I decided to film this kind of after this eclipse, so people can come back and have a refresher and be like, okay, I was like, okay, I'm gonna create a space where I'm here to hold your hand. You are not alone, so let me hold your hand with you while we go through this eclipse together. So this is the thing, eclipses last for a while. The energy's there, it's still in the cosmos, the frequency, the vibration, with it. And this is where we are being very much asked right now to look at what is happening in the collective. What feels true? What feels authentic? What are we tuning to? I say this all the time. Who are you listening to? What is coming up? Is that authentic? Is that for my highest good? Also, am I holding the balance of what is happening to not just myself, but other people around this planet? Because we share this planet together. We share this circle. We come from the cosmos, but we signed up to meet here. And are we really doing the work as mankind? Are we really doing what needs to be done so we can evolve and expand and elevate the state of consciousness on planet Earth? And this is an important thing. Like, so many people I even know with my social media keep telling me, oh, you used to only focus on like spiritual stuff. But that's not really true, because I've always spoken about this. And even like I recently, like, I wasn't on social media before COVID or anything like that. I was tending to my meditations, my readings, my journaling, and I'm still doing that. But because I feel like I really want to share some of my messages from what I've learned and really help people grow and evolve, I also want to hold space for truth. I don't want to lose my voice because it might make somebody comfortable and like me better. No, I'm not going to apologize for speaking what I believe is true, what I think, how we should be looking at one another. And that is that we are all one, that it is unity, that it is a togetherness. It is back to these very, very profound practices of like, love your neighbor, love thy neighbor. This is what it is about. And I think with what is happening, not just in the United States, what is happening with natural disasters, with wars, I've always said the physical wars that are happening are always a spiritual war too. There's galactic wars that have happened for many, many lifetimes, for many light years. And we really have to ask ourselves, okay, how are we going to return back on the spiral of time? So with these cosmic resets, with these eclipses, with these energy points, with these portals, with the stargates, these are all tools. These are all gifts from the cosmos to help us really actually elevate not just our personal life, but for humanity, for the collective, for the greater good of consciousness itself. You know, so I really think with being just very mindful and how we are moving, how we are showing up for one another, how much kindness, how much love are we pouring in to mankind. Also holding people accountable, calling people out. I think it's an important thing. You know, telling people, hey, look, you need to educate yourself on this. You need to do some actually deeper work or inner work to really understand that we've been very much programmed falsely. And if you are going to stay in your bubble and only think and look at what is happening in your bubble, that is not expansion. That is not growth. So to me, I think with spirituality right now, or not right now, it's always been, it is who is actually showing up and holding all of it together in the same container. Like, you know, I love doing light language. I love speaking about the stargates, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But I also feel like right now there's such a call to speak about what is happening in humanity, what is happening on the globe, what is happening in on a political structure, on mankind, on culture, on the divide, the biggest wound. And this is what I keep saying, because with the stargates and why people are actually so intrigued, is because the biggest wound is the wound of separation. And that was really, inflicted onto the stargates by mankind, by humanity. And that is why Iran really plays such a big role right now, and people are just pulled into why is there a war happening? What is happening right now? Why in those areas like Iraq? Why is that? Why have those areas, also Africa, and I'm gonna do the 7 main stargates in Africa soon, but the many genocides that happened there and what is still occurring, and what is happening in Palestine. These are things that, you know, we as a collective really need to educate ourselves and become more aware and use our voice. I have a small platform, but really I think people who have bigger platforms right now should be speaking up. I know my guides say some people are doing work behind the scenes. They are praying. They are doing it through other ways, other channels, other thought streams, other avenues, other tunnels, which I do believe that. But do I think more of mankind could be speaking up right now? Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is the thing about spirituality. You can't be spiritual unless you hold all truths of the planet, of humanity, of the cosmos, of what is happening. You have to hold all truths. You have to be honest. There's no healing without honesty. You can't be in a process of ascension without understanding what has been happening, what has been occurring, how the timelines have shaped the collective. So that being said, I know I kind of went off, but I hope this is just a reminder how we are showing up for one another, how we are treating ourselves, how we are treating others. And I just want you to be mindful to be easy on yourself. This eclipse is for the highest good. And if we can keep trusting that, I have to keep saying that. I myself too, I'm like, for the highest good, please universe, for the highest good. This eclipse, I am trusting. There's certain parts of my life where, I didn't think I would be in these situations, but the more I trust, the more I allow the universe to guide me, the more I know it's for the greater good, for the highest good. And I hope that is just a great reminder for you. So anyways, comment down below where you are tuning from, please, please, please. And also please hit the subscribe button. It will really help me to keep just pushing out content and just keep sharing some messages and create a space for us all to connect and be there for one another. Thank you so much for watching.